Are You Okay Day. I love this initiative. I think it's awesome. I really do. I think, everybody needs that question to be felt, to be heard, to be seen. Are you okay? Is a question that we very often ask surface, like, are you okay? Hey, how are you? Are you okay? And we don't really wait for the answer. We don't really wait to hear. And even if people do share sometimes, I don't know about you, but I know I'm totally overwhelmed right now with my own stuff. And so, to hear somebody really deeply sharing, are they okay? And telling me that they're not, and me not having a solution, I find quite challenging, quite tricky. So, um, I think Are You Okay Day is brilliant, like I said. But I really think that it needs to be more of a day-to-day thing where we check in and we ask people, and we ask by slowing down. We ask because we really want to hear the answer. I literally just had a moment with a friend who I knew was going through some health stuff a little while back, checked in with him a little while ago, asked how it went and hadn't heard back. And I literally just sent a message that said, are you okay? And he came back and he apologized and said, yes. And, sorry, I hadn't got back to you, busy, but blah, blah, blah. And, he told me what was going on. But, I think it's so easy for us to forget, to get caught up in our own stuff, in our own lives, and not to really know how to deal with someone if they're not okay. I've been blown away by the response that I've had from people in relation to this insurance thing that I'm going through. Like, it really does blow me away how many people have called, have offered assistance, have told me their stories, have offered their insight, on the situation, which is amazing. And people, because I'm going live and I'm sharing this journey with people as it's unfolding, people are really present to my energy. But that's not normally what people do. Normally what people do is when they're going through something that they don't know how to deal with, they internalize it and they hide it, and they pretend that everything is okay on the surface, when in reality it's not okay. So I just want to skip back to the situation, what I'm going through with this insurance matter, and the cancellation of the policy, and talk about how it's affected me. And the reason I'm doing this is because, again, not huge amounts of people talk about this. And the reason I am talking about it is because I just think it's so incredibly wrong. But what I didn't take into account when I started this process, this journey, when I didn't take into account is how much it would affect me on every level. Like my mental health, my physical well-being. I'm tired, I can't sleep properly. My financial well-being, I've had to pay money out to do all these different things that I wasn't planning or budgeted to do, financial, emotional, physical, and mental, the overall mental effect, how it's affecting my business. I feel sick. I've got this pit in my stomach all the time. And I feel sick and drained and challenged, and it's bringing up all of these questions of self-doubt and concerns that I have. Now, I'm sharing all of this because it's relevant to the posts that I've been doing and the stories that I've been putting out, the reels, etc., about this journey, so that people can get it's in context. But this is the same. If you've got a physical ailment and people don't know, or you don't want your partner to know, and you're hiding it, it's the same thing. It's those same feelings and emotions that you're feeling. If you have financial issues, we have so many clients who their partner doesn't know that they're going through stuff, and so they're sitting on internalizing this feeling this horrible feeling of shame and guilt and embarrassment inside of them. And so they're not okay. You know, I have this saying when people say to me, yeah, they're fine. I'm like, fine. Fucking insecure, neurotic, and emotional. That's what fine stands for in my world. Like, fine is not a way of being, you know, it's just not. So, you know, I guess today on Are You Okay Day, I just want to flag that what people say on the surface and what people feel and experience underneath the surface are completely different. And, you know, it's really important to look out for the signs, look out for, you know, the signs that something's wrong. You know, if somebody normally calls you back all the time and they're not, if somebody's house is normally really clean and you go over and it's an absolute mess, if you haven't seen somebody that you usually see all the time, you know, maybe they're isolating themselves or they're avoiding things, etc. Like, look for signs, not just asking people how they are, but listen behind what they're saying. Look behind what you can see. Trust your intuition. If you feel like somebody is not great, like this friend of mine just now, I was like, and just had this niggling feeling that something wasn't okay. And I called him, like I reached out to him in the end 3 times before I heard back from him. You know, trust, and he's okay. Like, there's something there, but he's okay. But it's that trusting that intuition, trusting that you may know, feel intrinsically that something isn't right. Anyway, all right, that's it from me on this Are You Okay Day. But yeah, I hope that's been of value, and that you know, also if you are going through stuff yourself, you know, make sure you reach out. Like, holding on and internalizing all of this stuff yourself, trust me, it makes you feel sick, really, really sick. So yeah, just make sure you reach out and ask for a helping hand if you need one. There's so many resources, Lifeline, Beyond Blue, there's friends and family, there's counselors, there's, you know, psychologists, psychiatrists, there's doctors, there's all kinds of resources. And we're super lucky in this country that we have those options, you know. And sometimes, again, I'm just going back to my own experience, but I've had to reach out on numerous occasions to numerous different channels because there are days where they're really dark and I berating myself or can't find the light at the end of the tunnel. And, you know, that you just need to continue being in communication. Not once. It takes more than that. All right, that's it. Happy Are You Okay Day.